let's give another example analogy that might help explain why I feel like this answer of at least I would know those 6 is not good enough. So someone has a COMT gene that's low functioning, which is in this panel usually. It's one of the 6 tested. And in that panel, the COMT gene's low functioning. They have heterozygous MTHFR, homozygous MTRR, and MTR. Let's just say that that's their panel. So you tell this person that they need methylated B vitamins and they need SAMe, and then they need to work on detox pathways, like elimination pathways. So they start taking something that increases bowel movements naturally, which some of those should only be taken for a short period of time as well. Most of them, actually. They start taking a really high dose methylated B, and they start taking 400 milligrams of SAMe. And then they start to feel anxious, so they add ashwagandha on top of it because my cortisol is too high, so I'm just going to add ashwagandha. And they get more anxious and they have a psychotic episode. If you had dug more into all of the things surrounding methylation, serotonin, dopamine, and epinephrine clearance, you would have seen that high-dose B vitamins are a bad idea for them. Ashwagandha should never be used. And that SAMe is also retained because of other genetics and creates serotonin syndrome. And I get it, for most people, that means nothing. But basically what it means is that this person got bad advice based on very limited information that created a psychotic episode. And for the most part, it can be reversed. But if that person then tries the same thing again because another provider says, this is what you should be doing, or Gary Brecka says, this is what you should be doing, or somebody else on this app that's hawking something because they're making money off of it from TikTok Shop says, this is what you should be doing, that person ends up permanently with things that they cannot change. And the long-term side effects include dementia, depressive disorders, not wanting to be on this earth anymore, that kind of stuff. So when we're dealing with a very limited profile for someone, and we're telling them the very basic information that everyone learned at a minimum standard, sorry, there's a hummingbird in my front yard, then we forget that there are other things that play a role in all of those pathways. In a different way to maybe help you understand it, it would be like someone brings their car in for work and they say, it has this shutter when I get to this certain speed. And then I also feel like I don't have a lot of control, or it's pulling to the right. And the mechanic looks at it and sees that like one tire is bald, but all the rest of them are fine. The rotors are a bit messed up, but he just does a brake job and rotates the tires. So then the shutter is still there. It's just happening at a different speed now. And now the car is pulling to the left. And there's still, when braking, a problem. For most people, even if they have a homozygous MTHFR, the amount of methylated B vitamins that they need are the amount that are in a good high quality liposomal multivitamin. They may occasionally need to high dose something for 7 to 10 days, but no more than that. And most of the B vitamin supplements on the market that are methylated are 5 to 10,000 times the dose that anyone would need. If we needed to cycle in SAMe for somebody, the longest we would do it would be 30 days, and then we would take them off for at least 30 days, if not 60. The same is true of ashwagandha. And then in months where the temperatures get warmer, like your warm months, it shouldn't be taken at all because it's an herb that creates a lot of heat in the body, and that can create dysfunction other places. Most of my clients are above the age of 40, and so what I do to help them immediately lower homocysteine and bring their methylated red blood cells back into range is actually have them take a digestive enzyme with betaine, because that works faster than supplementing with B vitamins, SAMe, or any of the other things that people are telling you to do. One of the other things I typically recommend for people, because it doesn't have the same negative effects in creating serotonin syndrome or dopamine syndrome in people, is recommend rhodiola and or holy basil. Holy basil is also called Tulsi, Tulsi, and you can find it in different formats. You can find it as a dried herb. There's 2 companies that produce a very pure essential oil version of it. But those are the things that I do to help my clients manage. Especially if they come to me and say, I've already had a methylation panel done, I don't want to get my genetics run again.